Once upon a time, in a faraway kingdom, peacefully nestled between a forest and a river, there lived a king whose daughters were all beautiful. But the youngest was so lovely that even the sun, which sees so many things, marveled each time it shone upon her face. His favorite daughter was a young princess who loved to play in the royal gardens. She had golden hair the color of sunlight and the bluest of eyes. Though she had everything a princess could dream of: fine gowns, sparkling jewels, and loyal subjects. What she loved most in the world was a simple golden ball. Near the king's castle lay a great forest, and within it was a cool, dark well. On hot days, the princess would wander beyond the palace walls, and through the forest, to the cool, dark well and sit upon its edge, tossing her golden ball high into the air and catching it again, laughing and spinning in delight. One day, she threw the ball too high. It slipped from her fingers and fell into the deep water below. She peered down, but it had vanished beneath the ripples. She began to weep bitterly. As she cried, a strange voice called out, "What ails you, princess, that you weep so bitterly?" She looked up and saw a fat frog, with his green body half lifted from the water. "My golden ball has fallen into the well," she said, choking back tears. "I can help you," said the frog. "But what will you give me in return?" "Oh, dear frog," she said, "I will give you my jewels, my pearls, even the golden crown on my head if you bring it back." "No," replied the frog, "I do not care for treasures. But if you will let me eat from your plate, drink from your cup, and sleep upon your pillow, then I shall fetch your ball." The princess, thinking it nonsense, quickly agreed. "Yes, yes," she said. "Whatever you wish." The frog dove into the water and, after a moment, returned with the golden ball in his mouth. As soon as the princess had it back in her hands, she turned and ran, forgetting all about her promise. The next day, as she sat at dinner with the king, there came a knock at the door. "Princess, open the door for me," croaked a voice. "You promised to let me eat from your plate and sleep on your pillow." She turned pale and told her father what had happened. The king, being just, said, "You must keep your promise, my daughter. Go and let him in." Reluctantly, she obeyed. The frog joined her at the table, ate from her plate, and drank from her cup. When it was time for bed, he followed her up the stairs. She grew more and more upset, but the frog only looked at her with wide, solemn eyes. That night, as he climbed onto her pillow beside her, the princess turned away in disgust and let her tears fall again. "What more do you want?" she snapped. "You are but a cold, slimy creature, and I am a king's daughter." The frog said nothing at first. Then, with a soft croak, he whispered, "You promised, and I came to you in kindness." But her bitterness did not stop. She shouted again, called him names, and pushed him away. "Leave me be, you vile creature. You are nothing but a loathsome toad, covered with slime and fit only for the mud." She rose from her bed and pushed him from her pillow, letting him fall to the cold stone floor. "I will not suffer your company another night," she cried. "I am the daughter of a king, and I shall not share my chamber with a beast." And then, in a moment of sorrow and hurt, the frog's eyes teared up. With one great gulp, he opened his mouth and swallowed the prideful princess whole. Inside the frog's belly, the princess screamed and wept. It was dark and wet and frightening. But as she sobbed, her anger melted into regret. She saw her own cruelty. How she had mocked his kindness, how she had broken her promise, how she had judged him only by the skin he wore. "I'm sorry," she whispered at first, and then she cried aloud, "I'm sorry. I was cruel and proud. I should not have spoken to you so. I did not see your heart beneath your form. I see it now. I see it and I am ashamed." The frog prince felt her voice reach through him. Her sorrow wrapped around his tiny frog heart. "What have I done?" the frog thought. "I should not have done this. I let my pain become anger, and I have frightened you, though I meant only to protect myself from hurt." He closed his eyes, and gently opened his mouth once more. And from it, he let her out. She fell upon the chamber floor trembling. Before her sat the frog, still sad. "I did wrong. I judged you by your form, not your heart," the princess said. "And I let my sorrow turn into cruelty," said the frog. "Please forgive me as I forgive you." "I do," said the princess. And this time when she reached for him, she did so not with disgust, nor with pity, but with gentle hands and full of care. She cradled him close to her chest, as one might hold something both strange and precious. In that moment, something magical happened. As she closed her eyes and kissed the top of his damp little head, the air started to shimmer with magic. Love blossomed between them. When she opened her eyes, the frog had transformed into a handsome prince. His curse was broken by their shared compassion and love. He bowed. "I am a prince, enchanted by a wicked spell. Only true remorse and love could free me." The princess blushed and smiled. She took his hand. The next day, a golden carriage arrived, drawn by 8 white horses, to take the prince and the princess to his kingdom. There they were married and lived in joy and peace. And they lived happily ever after. The end.